Elsie slowly turned another page of the book she was reading. In the chair across from her, Aunt Tilly began another row on the Yule sweater she'd been knitting all evening. On his perch in a corner of the room, Elsie's crow Edgar had his head tucked under one wing and was dozing peacefully. Even the normally rambunctious Grimalkin was silently sitting on a windowsill, looking out into the wintry darkness. All in all, it was a cozy, quiet, and serene evening by the hearth. And Pooka was so bored that his eyeballs were threatening to cross and exchange places. He shook his head and then rose and stretched. Something had to be done about the situation. He thought about tickling Edgar's tail feathers until the bird woke up and chased him. He also thought about playing with a few of the dangling ornaments on the Yule tree. But both of these activities were things that Elsie would object to, and probably only get him in trouble. Pooka had a much better idea. He strolled over to the window ledge where his brother was parked, and in one graceful bound landed next to him. Grimalkin obligingly moved over to give Pooka more room. For a few moments they gazed together through the window at the crescent moon floating above the tops of the forest trees. Then Pooka asked, "Has Aunt Tilly told you yet about the cosmic cat?" Grimalkin looked up at his older brother with wide eyes. "No, she hasn't." Pooka, his hard-earned pentacle resting comfortably against his furry chest, adopted a very wise expression. "Well, you do know how each month the moon gradually shrinks in the sky and then gets bigger?" The kitten nodded eagerly. "Aunt Tilly calls it the waxing and waning of the moon." "Yes," said Pooka, "but do you know what causes it?" "No, what?" asked Grimalkin, who felt that he was more than ready to be allowed to know these deep and arcane secrets. "The cosmic cat," whispered Pooka. "You see, what witches call the moon is actually a great ball of white yarn in the sky. And each month, the cosmic cat captures the ball and plays with it. The goddess chases him all over the sky until she finally catches the moon yarn. Then she winds it back up into a big ball and the game starts all over again." "That sounds like a blast!" exclaimed the kitten, as Pooka knew he would. Pooka nodded and sighed sadly. "Sometimes it seems like the cosmic cat gets to have all the fun." "Oh yeah? Watch this!" challenged Grimalkin, and the kitten sprang off the windowsill and raced towards his unsuspecting witch's knitting basket. Behind him, Pooka grinned and settled down to watch the show. "Aunt Tilly," Grimalkin trumpeted, "I'll be the cosmic cat and you be the goddess. Bet you can't catch the moon." And with that, the kitten grabbed her ball of yarn in his teeth and dashed across the parlor. Behind him, Aunt Tilly's sweater was quickly unraveling. "Grimalkin, stop! Come back here with that!" cried Aunt Tilly. "I can't," called Grimalkin. "It's the moon, and I'm the cosmic kitty. You have to chase us." Startled awake by the sudden commotion, Edgar squawked in alarm and began flying around the room. Several knickknacks were dislodged from the bookcases, and a few pictures went tumbling off the walls. He finally landed on the tip-top of the Yule tree, which swayed wildly beneath him. The kitten scooted under Elsie's chair, then batted the ball around with 3 legs of an end table, and with a mighty final swack of his paw, it rolled into the middle of the room. He and Aunt Tilly both dove after the ball, but Grimalkin was faster. He grabbed it in his teeth and ran down the hall toward the kitchen. The table, along with the teapot, cups, and a plate of cookies that had been resting on it, all clattered to the ground. Aunt Tilly stampeded down the hall in hot pursuit. "I'll turn you into a mouse, you little hooligan," she yelled. The sweater she'd been working on for days was now just a tiny tangled lump of yarn. Pooka laughed so hard, he almost fell off the windowsill. This was more like it. Suddenly a shadow loomed over him, and Pooka slowly looked up. And there was Elsie, hands on her hips, glaring down at him. "Cosmic cat?" she asked between clenched teeth. "Really? I wonder where Grimalkin got that idea." Pooka gulped as he was suddenly scooped up by a very angry witch. He was then marched toward the kitchen in the wake of Aunt Tilly, Grimalkin, and the ball of yarn. Suddenly, a quiet and boring evening by the fire didn't seem so bad. The end.